Hi ladies, hello, hello, hello. Okay, I have just a few minutes. Just gonna give everybody just a second to hop on and then we'll get going. Hello, how are you? Penny. Hey Kaylee, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, ladies? Okay, so I hope the title got your attention, okay? You probably thought you were gonna come on here and I was gonna badmouth parties, but I'm gonna actually do something completely opposite, okay? Because I know that so many of you have that mindset right now, okay? Where you feel like, why should I do parties? Okay. Why should I waste my time on another party because they lead to zero sales? I don't have anybody participating. I don't, what's the point of me doing parties? If this is you, like, throw your hand up, say me, because everybody, I can tell you at some point, everybody feels this way. Okay. And I'm going to tell you about kind of my journey with parties. Okay. When I first started this business 2.5 years ago, parties were hopping, okay? Like you would do a party and you'd have like $500 to $1,000 in sales. You would do some parties wouldn't do well, but then but majority of your parties, okay, you would get interaction, you would get, lots of sales out of the parties. And it was because when we started doing parties, we were the first company to do parties and it was something new. So people were loving it. People wanted to do it. You could get a lot of hostesses. Like I was doing like 20 to 30 parties a month easily. Okay. And then as time went on, other direct sales companies started doing the same thing. Okay. They started having parties and little by little, you started seeing negative comments on people's Facebook about like, if I get added to another party, I'm so sick of it, and so then people started saying, well, maybe this party idea isn't the best way to go. Maybe we shouldn't do parties anymore, okay? Or, people started leaving parties. People started not buying from parties. Then this whole like negative cloud of parties started to create itself. And even myself, as a Black status, I got to the point where I was like, why should I even waste my time on parties? Why should I even train my girls to do parties? Because one, they spend all the time doing it and they're not getting people to participate. Two, people, they're just not successful. People aren't buying. And so I had that same mindset. I was like, I didn't do a party for probably like 3 or 4 months. And then one day I realized that that I wasn't expanding my network anymore. Okay. Like I wasn't having people join as quickly as I was. My biggest issue was my network. Okay. I wasn't growing my network as much as I was, which was causing my monthly sales to go down, my monthly recruits to go down. And so I decided that if I was going to do parties, okay, because what was happening was I would start a party and I would do like 3 or 4 days and then I would get discouraged. Okay. I would start off the party strong. I would be excited. And then 3 or 4 days into the party, I would start getting discouraged because I wasn't having anybody comment. I wasn't having anybody like. The hostesses was kind of MIA, and I would get to the point where I didn't even want to finish the party, okay? And I know that there's so many of you that are watching that maybe feel that same way. And so I told myself, I said, you know what? It's like everything else in this business. If I want to be successful at this, then I've got to change my mindset about it. And I've got to tell myself that no matter what, I'm going to come in and I'm going to rock my party and I'm going to do the best that I can in my party, no matter if I get sales, no matter if the hostesses doesn't participate, no matter what, okay? I need to change my mindset about the whole idea about parties. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to start off just with one party, okay? And with this one party, I'm going to completely change my mindset with it. I'm going to come in and I'm going to be excited. I'm going to give everything I can to just this one party. And I'm going to see the difference that it makes, okay? And so I booked one party. And I threw out all the scripts that I had before, all my mock party scripts and stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to have fun with it. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to just, have a really good time with it. I'm going to find a hostess who really wants to earn some makeup. And me and her together, we're going to have a good time. And so I threw out my party scripts and I started fresh, okay? And I didn't do anything that I had ever done in any of my parties. I did like my welcome post just like I normally do, but I did a welcome video, and I was real about it. You know, I was like, you know, I'm a mom of 3. Like, I stay at home with my kids. I do this. This is what I do every single day. So if you see my kids pop in my videos or whatever, you know, that's what's going to happen because I stay at home with my kids and I'm able to work this job, okay? So I was really real from the very beginning. I didn't try to come in and try to be this person that's amazing at doing makeup, that was all knowledgeable about all of our products. I was real. I said, look, you know, 2.5 years ago, I knew nothing about makeup. Nothing about makeup. And, you know, fast forward 2.5 years later, I'm at the top of my company doing this business, still loving what I do. And I'm going to come on every single day and we're going to learn together. We're going to do our makeup together, and I'm going to show you step by step our products and how I do my makeup on a daily basis. And so I did my welcome video, and I had my hostess, I had her do the same thing. I had her do a welcome post, you know, and I just kind of coached her little by little every single day. Every single day I made contact with her. I encouraged her. I said, you know what? It's going to be pretty normal that you're not going to have a lot of people participate. It's going to be pretty normal that you don't have people commenting or liking or viewing the stuff. That is all going to be normal. But what I can promise you is I'm going to be here till the very end, and I'm going to work as hard as I can to try to get you some sales in this party, okay? To try to get people to fall in love with the products. And so me telling her that and me being real with her, instead of saying, we're going to come in and we're going to, you know, we're going to sell the crap out of these products, it put her in a better place. Because if I come in and I tell her, you know what, I'm going to earn you a ton of makeup, and, you know, and you're going to walk away, you know, with $500 worth of makeup, then that's setting her up for disappointment. But if I tell her from the very beginning, hey, you know, parties are a great way for us to try to get you free makeup, and I'm going to do everything I can to do that for you, and we're going to work really hard, and we're going to have a fun time. I have found that my whole mindset shift of what I've had when it comes to parties has completely changed my way of partying. The past 3 parties I've done have all qualified, okay? And it's not me doing anything except changing my mindset, okay? The minute that you come in and you change your mindset about what you're doing, the minute things will start changing. So if you literally dread starting a party because you're telling yourself that it's going to suck, that your hostesses isn't going to participate, that nobody's going to buy from you, then that is the vibe that you're bringing into the party. It's just like if you have a dog and you approach that dog as a scared person, okay? The dog picks up on the fact that you're scared, okay? It's the same thing with your party. If you come in with a mentality that this party is going to suck, no matter what you think, that vibe is being created inside of your party and you don't even know it, okay? If you have that whole vibe of, oh, I've just got to find something to post, it's not going to matter what I post because they're not going to buy it anyways. But if you get up every single day and you're excited about the party and you're like, okay, I'm going to go live every single day. I'm going to make a goal to go live every single day. I'm going to talk about the products. I'm going to make connections. We're going to have fun. I'm going to be real with them. You know, and my whole goal out of this whole party is to make connections. Okay, it's not about getting sales. If you take that off the table, okay, if you take it off the table and you say, you know what, I'm not going to go in here with the mindset that I have to get sales. I'm going to go in here with the mindset that I've got to make relationships, that I've got to build connections, that I've got to get my hostesses excited about these products, excited about what's going on in my life, and make them say, like, every hostess since I've started shifting my mindset has came to me and has said, I really want to join your team. And it's because we didn't get a ton of sales, but it's because the passion that I showed about the business, of how much I love what I'm doing. That's how you get people on your side. That's how you get people excited about the products. So if you're just going through the motions and you're just, you know, throwing out a party, you're going off of a party script, and you're throwing stuff up every single day because that's what we've told you to do, because we've told you you need to make 4 to 5 posts a day, then more than likely you're not going to have success in your parties, and more than likely you're going to have a bad attitude about it, okay? But if you go in and you change your mindset to, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to make connections, and I'm going to work really hard at this, it completely changes the way that you do parties, and it makes you passionate about them again. Like, I get excited. I had somebody message me yesterday and she said, Kayla, she was like, I just really believe that you would be really passionate when you do parties. I've done parties for other presenters and it was so boring. I had to do all the work and we had no success in the party. Can you do a party for me? And I was like, absolutely. And I put her in a party that I'm doing right now and she was like, oh my gosh, yes, I want you to do a party for me. It's like completely different. It's all about your mindset, okay? People pick up on the fact that you're just going through the motions. But if you really pour into these parties, and if you only can do one party at a time, then that's okay. Okay, just do one party at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't book 3 to 4 parties at a time if you can't give your all to those 3 to 4 parties at a time. And that's something that I've had to learn myself. I used to book 5 to 6 parties at a time, and I realized that I can't give my all to 5 or 6 parties at a time at the same time, okay? But I can do 1 or 2 parties at a time, and I can do really well at those 1 to 2 parties. But if I'm trying to do 10 parties at a time, more than likely everything's going to be copy and paste, and there's not going to be any generic Kayla in there, okay? I mean, there's going to be generic Kayla. There's not going to be anything special about what I'm doing. But if I do 1 to 2 at a time, then I can be the best that I can in those parties, and I can give it everything. And I can think about the people that are in the party. And this is something that I've started doing too. I've started asking my hostesses, I'll say, you know, why don't you go on my website and why don't you pick like 3 to 4 products that you think you and your friends would be interested in? And those will be the products that I focus on during that time. You know, and if they throw out like the sculpting trio, then I'm gonna give them some advice. I'm gonna say, well, you know, that's not one of our highest selling products. We could talk about contouring if you want to talk about that, but you know, let's not do the sculpting trio. So I give them a little bit of guidance as well, but I let them give me the feedback of things that they want to see in their party, things that their friends would want to see in their party. Because if you don't know your audience, if you don't know who you're giving your party to, or you don't know anything about them, then you're basically leading a blind man. You know, you're trying to sell to somebody that you know nothing about. You need to find out what these people like, okay? So I ask lots of questions. I get them involved. Even if I don't have any response, I go off of the likes, and if somebody likes a post, I send them a message and I thank them for liking the post. So everything you do has to be passionate, okay? You have to be so in tune with what's going on in these parties that people are in tune with you, okay? That they're like, by the end of the week, they're like, man, that girl was amazing. I might not have bought any of her products, but I'm gonna be her friend and I might eventually buy her products. That's what the whole experience is about, okay? It's not about going in and getting $500 to $1,000 in sales, okay? Sales are amazing and those will come. And I can promise you, if you do a party a week, every single week of the year, that's 52 parties you would do the whole year, okay? If you do 2 parties, you're multiplying that to 104 parties a year, okay? And then before you know it, you're gonna get really, really great at doing parties, and it's gonna become a no-brainer. But the problem is we're not using the party muscle, okay? We're telling ourselves that it's too hard, it's too difficult. We can't get sales doing this. So we're not exercising that muscle. We're not getting better at it. We're just telling ourselves that we're not going to do it anymore. And you know what's happening? We're not growing our network. We're not getting recruits. We're not doing the things that we need to do because we're choosing not to party, and we can't be those people, okay? If we want success in our business, we cannot be the people who are not partying because it's too hard, okay? I'm tired of people telling me that I can't get sales, that they're not being successful. Guess what? My parties do the exact same thing. It's all about your mindset. It's about what you're bringing into the party, okay? If you have that mentality, that's exactly how your party's gonna end. And you better not, I have people do this all the time, leave the party. They don't even finish the party, okay? What kind of idea, what kind of mentality, what kind of feedback is that going to leave on that hostess that you completely abandoned that party and you didn't even finish it, okay? They're not going to ever want to host another party for another Younique presenter ever again. It's all about what you're bringing to the table. So if you feel overwhelmed with 3 or 4 parties at a time, do 1 party until you get good at doing that 1 party and give everything you can to that 1 party. Finish it strong. Even if you don't get sales, make it seem like it was the best party ever. Every time I get on my lives with my parties, I'm like, I am so appreciative of all of you who take the time to watch these videos. I am loving doing this party for you guys. You guys are like the best audience ever. I literally fake it until I make it, okay? I make people believe that we are having the most successful party ever. And that is the confidence and the mentality you've got to bring into it. And once you start doing this, once you shift your mindset, everything is going to change for you, okay? The parties are going to change. You're going to start seeing that you're getting positive feedback from your hostesses. Your hostesses are going to come to you and they're going to say, hey, I know we didn't get any sales, but I want to join your team. Like, what you did was amazing, and I think I can do the same thing, okay? You want them to feel confident in what you're presenting, okay, and what you're doing, and you want them to feel that passion and that excitement, and that you want them to join your team, okay? And so every single one that I've done since I've changed my mentality about parties has wanted to join my team, and it's because my mentality has changed, because I've gone back to having fun with parties where I get excited when somebody asks me, hey, do you want to do a party? Absolutely, I can't wait to do a party for you, okay? You've got to bring that excitement to the table, and when you start doing that, you guys are going to see a shift in the whole party atmosphere. But you've got to book parties, okay? You've got to have them, and you've got to do them. So my challenge to you, to every single one of you today, is to book one party, open one party today, okay? And I want you to give everything you can for the next 5 days, 10 days, however long you want to do the party. Give everything you can to that one party and really pour into it, okay? Really pour into your hostesses. Talk to her multiple times a day and coach her and cheer her on and give her positive feedback that's going to help her. Like, you can tell her things like, hey, I'm gonna post something tonight. Why don't you go ahead and tag 10 of your friends that are in the party that you think might like it, okay? Give her things to do. And when she's doing those things, then go back and say, you know what, that was amazing. You did a great job. You should do this yourself. You know, like, you're so good at this. Like, that post was amazing. You should join my team. Give her the encouragement that she needs to keep going in her party as well. Because if you're not giving her feedback, if you're not talking to her, if you're not saying anything to her, and in 3 or 4 days have gone by in the party, there's no sales, nobody's liking or commenting, guess what's going to happen to your hostess? She's going to feel the exact same way you feel. She'll probably leave the party. She probably won't participate anymore. These are all things that are going through her head, and she's going to be thinking the same thing. So change your mentality and get one party going today, okay? One party, and I want you to pour everything you can in for the next 10 days, and I want you to report back to me on what has changed in that party. You might not get any sales, but I guarantee there's going to be changes, and you're going to feel better about what you're doing. You're going to feel more excited about doing parties, and you're going to want to do more, okay? And you're going to want to get better at them. Like, that's how I feel after every party. I'm like, okay, like, what could I have done better during that party? You know, what can I change to maybe get more interaction, to get more people on board with the whole process? What can I do to get better? Instead of saying, just another party that didn't qualify, just another party that didn't get any results. Stop the mentality, okay? Change your mentality, and you'll see big things happen. So I want you guys to all comment below when you've booked that one party, and I want you to tell me your feedback after the 10 days, okay? This is the month to make parties count, okay? We need to step it up. We need to expand our network. We need to get those sales, and we need to build our network, and to make sure we're taking every advantage of the bonuses that we're given this month and every advantage of the opportunity to have double party hostess, okay? Talk to you guys later.